Everyone. Thank you. You're all so sweet. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Marcus Gregory. Welcome to the Comedic Cartoonist podcast. I'm your host. Oh, you're too sweet. You're all too sweet. Yeah, sit down. Sit down. Sexy lady there. So anyway, let me go ahead and just welcome everyone here. My name, as I said, is Marcus Gregory. I'm a comedian and a cartoonist, and this is my show. I talk about comics, I talk about cartoons, I talk about myself, I talk about just whatever's kind of whistling my Dixie. Now, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in, those of you that are listening. And I just want to let you know I'm going to be changing a few things. Some things are going to be different tonight, so if you notice little variations, I apologize. I have had a week from hell, which I'm sure some of you out there have had yourself. Basically, that job, if you listen to last week's show, I talked about a job that I was very, very interested in getting. It was one of those kind of jobs that, like, you really want to get, and I was really excited about it. And, well, I didn't get it. Okay, let's just cut to the chase here, sir. I didn't get it, and it just killed me. It absolutely killed me, because when they told me that the spot was open and they were interested and they were seriously looking at me, I was, I just got to admit, I was excited, of course, and I had high hopes, and guess I shouldn't have. But, there's a lot of other writers, good writers out there, so I can't, that's the game, that's how it goes. It just kind of sucks, because being a person with epilepsy and being a person with, conditions like I have and stuff, it's a little bit tough to get a job. I mean, I got a busted back and a busted head, basically. So whenever my employer or, possible employer finds that out, it never works out too well for myself. And I'll give you one such example. I was at an interview. I'm not going to name the place, but I was at an interview, and I was talking to the guy. Everything's going good. He's got my resume and my application in his hand, and he's taking notes and everything. And like I said, it was going well. We were hitting it off, so everything seemed, like, all right, I'm going to get it. Like, this is like a solid deal. And then he asked straightforward if I had any medical conditions that he needed to be aware of. And usually I say no, I lie my ass off, and I just work it through the job as best I can. But on this day, I decided to be honest, and so I told him the truth. And he was, I guess not too not too happy about it, because his tone changed, his mannerism changed. It was like everything was rolling. We had this connection, everything was good, and then good, gone, just gone. So yeah, and then he just. Then he starts talking about interviewing other candidates, and we'll call you, that kind of crap. And I just kind of had the feeling, I was like, great, it's over. But this is why I'm telling this story, is because as I did the whole shake the hand, thanks for the opportunity, hope look forward to working with you kind of thing. As I'm heading to the door, it's a glass door, and I can see the reflection of the guy behind me. And as I'm about to literally push the door open, I glance down and I see him throw my resume and my application in the trash. So when I make jokes about when people find out I have seizures and they put the application over the wastebasket, that's where I'm getting it from. This guy literally threw my shit in the trash before I was out of his office. I wasn't even out of the goddamn building. I mean, shit. But the thing that hit me about that, and the thing that hurt, it wasn't that he was throwing, some paper in the trash. He was throwing me in the trash, man. He was throwing me in there. That's what he thought of me. Because the moment they find out you got problems, man, you're a liability. You are no longer an asset. You are a liability. So that's the That's the thing I've been dealing with, but that doesn't mean I still, I gotta find something, Daddy's gotta eat, you know? So I gotta get something going. So I didn't get the job, brought up a lot of crap feelings, drank a little whiskey. And then, on top of that, my laptop, is not working quite right. Like, the USB ports aren't working. Now, I've tried a few different things to fix it. I got some tips online, but basically I'm looking at possibly having to replace the motherboard. I've done it before on PC systems, but I've never done it with a laptop, and it's no different. I mean, it's a machine, it's got components, you take them off, you put them back on. The thing that scares people with laptops, though, is there's so many goddamn screws, and everything's so compact, so it can be a little tricky, but, watch a few YouTube videos, and you'll be alright. Damn it. Yeah, sorry if I hit this. I'm trying not to. Doing my best here. It's difficult. I'm an animated person. So, anyway, that's my crappy week. Oh, wait, no, wait, I forgot the worst thing. To top it all off, so laptop breaks, didn't get the job, and then on Sunday, my wife lost my daughter and thought that she had gotten taken, and oh my God. I'm freaking out. Her family's freaking out. Neighbors are looking for her. The cops are called. And I'm searching the neighborhood, just screaming her name, freaking out, man. Just freaking the fuck out. It's like someone stole my soul, man. It was like this dark energy, your body just sinks and just gets sucked away, and you're thinking of all the horrendous, horrible things that are probably happening to your child right now. It is absolutely the worst feeling. I don't know. I'm never going to sleep again until I find my kid. That's where you go. So, but we found her. Yeah, she was hiding behind a trash can. Why no one bothered to look by the trash can, I don't freaking know. Because you have to understand, I wasn't there. I came into the situation. I was gone, came in, and all this craziness is going on. So, yeah. I haven't slept right for a week. Yay! But anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the news. Alright, so Tron 3. Yes, a trilogy, a Tron trilogy. Is not going to happen. Olivia Wilde recently did an interview, and she spoke about the possibility of a Tron 3, and that there's been talks about it, but Disney Studios has been a little bit wary because they're afraid, with money and the risk. Money and the risk. Money I get, risk I don't. It's a giant, huge orgy festival. I mean, for God's sakes, if you saw Tron Legacy, oh my God. Get high and go see that friggin' flick in IMAX 3D under a black light. It is an absolute freaking trip. And, I mean, the fact is, it's like, come on, you're definitely going to make your money back with this. I absolutely believe that they would. What are you going to do? Wait another 30 years, Disney? Well, Disney's not going to do that. You know what Disney is going to do? Disney is actually going to spend their money to make a movie based on the Tower of Terror ride. You know, the little ride at the California park? Because Disney put a theme park next to a theme park and had you charge to enter both separately. Greedy freaking mouse. Anyway, so yeah, they're spending their money on a Tower of Terror ride. Which, if you don't know, it's like a haunted hotel. Yay! So, and a final bit of news going on. Star Trek! A new Star Trek TV show supposedly under works. Wonder what that's going to be like. A lot of things speculated, so I'm not going to go too much into it now, but that is what is in the news. Damn it, hit this thing again. Okay, alright. So now, before I get into tonight's main topic, I'll just go ahead and talk a little bit. Well, I've already talked about myself, so I guess I don't have to get into my work, technically. I also do want to apologize. I know the show's supposed to be on Friday, but I got, as I've told you, I've had a pretty hellish week. So, I didn't really feel like cracking jokes or talking into my big blue snowball microphone. This thing is friggin' huge. That's what I have. I have a snowball microphone. It came highly recommended. And this thing it's just this giant metallic ball. That's all it is. It's just this giant, it's seriously this giant ball. I understand that you call it like a snowball. But it's a friggin' ball. It's great mic for the price. It's a ball. Just crazy. Anyway. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and get into tonight's main topic, because the little story I told about me and the whole job thing relates to that. Tonight's actual topic is criticism, and how it's sort of dying and going away, or at least I hope to God it's dying and going away. All of us know that there's been a huge rise in criticism because of the internet and the fact that anyone can put up a website and start writing things. Now, when you're on the internet, you're a needle in a haystack. You're literally one fish in the ocean. There's millions and millions all around you. So, in order to kind of stand out, folks would tend to write some crazy, outlandish things in their criticisms, like, "Oh my God, I'd rather kill myself than watch this movie," or, "Burn your money instead of seeing this film." They would write these really harsh things. And when I was doing research here on tonight's topic of the show, I ran into a couple of things. First thing, South Park came out with an episode about Yelp users. And if you know anything about Yelp users, it's this, it's this website where people go and review restaurants and stuff. So that way, before you go to the restaurant, you can literally have an opinion made about it. Well, some people are into this, and some people... damn it, I hit the shit. Sorry. Some people are into that, and some people are not. So South Park kind of made fun of Yelp users kind of abusing their power of reviewing a restaurant. And then there was another thing I found, which was the movie Heckler. Now, Heckler is a documentary by Jamie Kennedy, of all friggin' people. Now, I'm not a Jamie Kennedy fan. I've seen the films that he's done. I've never seen the TV show, but I saw the films. And, there's some funny stuff in there, I guess. I didn't really... I mean, it was a goofy I did see Son of the Mask, and I really was kind of disappointed in that, because I really loved The Mask with Jim Carrey. I thought that was a fun film. So the Son of the Mask, I mean, they tried to go more towards younger kids. I see what they did. They were going towards a younger crowd, and so I guess the younger crowd probably likes it. But so what happened was Jamie Kennedy, Son of the Mask comes out, everyone criticizes the hell out of it. It's a flop. It's a terrible film. And he kind of records himself going through this depression, and then seeing all of this criticism, he kind of analyzes it and goes out and talks to a lot of different people about people, everyone from filmmakers and actors to critics themselves. Now, one of the reasons that I want to talk about criticism is because I used to be a critic. I was a film critic. Now, I posted on my website that my critiques were literally for comedic purposes, because I know that it's extremely difficult to make a film. I tried making my own movies, man. Some of them didn't turn out too good. It's like, when you see it on screen, you cringe. And so I really have a huge respect for filmmakers. But I did it just to be funny, and I would say really, really crazy, outlandish things, and I was starting to get a lot of attention, but I didn't feel right. I mean, there was a part of me I just kind of didn't feel right, mainly because I'm getting attention by being really, really, just brutal to these people. So I kind of wanted to stop that, and I switched gears, and I just kind of ended it, and, but as we go through now, and we've got so many bloggers and critics and reviewers and people out there, man, it's just a sea. I mean, it's almost like you're almost afraid to put anything out, because people are just going to swamp you with shit. And I especially hate when I read blogs and stuff where the writer tends to go on and on about themselves like they're some fucking gonzo journalist, but it just sounds stupid and pretentious and douchey. Just get to the point, all right? I don't care about your problems with the ticket taker or parking or your feelings of past fucking shit. I don't care. Get to the goddamn point. Most of my reviews were maybe a paragraph, one or two paragraphs long. They weren't very long. But anyway, the thing that I've kind of noticed now, recently, that's happened, and there was kind of jokes about this in South Park, is that we're starting to kind of steer from criticism. And if we get criticism, we tend to fire back, because here's the thing. it used to be that a person critiquing anything only critiqued it because they had expertise in that field. They studied on it, they got a degree or something. They were very, very intelligible about this particular subject. And so whenever something new would come out, people would tend to turn to them and ask their opinion because they were so knowledgeable in it. And they were able to write some really good critiques, some really interesting, thoughtful, insightful critiques about it. Some, of course, were more brutal than others. But nowadays, any jackass with a fucking internet connection can become a goddamn critic. You know? And it's just baffling of the mind. And it used to be that, reviewing films was, kind of posh stuff. No one really took it seriously. But now, everybody and their friggin' brother, anybody with an opinion, is now trying to become some serious journalist and shit. And the thing that first of all, I just really have to admit, with the point I'm going to get to in tonight's topic, the point is that I really want to get to is that I do think we should stop criticizing so goddamn much. I think we should kind of turn our attention around. Now, I know you're probably saying, hey, isn't that a little hypocritical? Because didn't you just critique Disney for the whole Tron thing? Yes, I technically did. But here's the thing. I know I'm a hypocrite. Everybody's a hypocrite. Every single person I have ever met in my entire life has been a hypocrite about something. Okay? The only person I think on this planet that isn't a hypocrite is maybe Buddhist monks of some, Dalai Lama or some shit maybe. But, we all, we'll sit here and say, oh, don't make fun of that person, but we'll turn around and tell a joke to somebody. We'll say not to be this or do that, and we'll turn around and do it, or don't lie and tell the truth, but then we turn around and lie to someone, automatically 10 minutes later. So we all have a form of hypocrisy about us, and I think that we should just admit that, come to terms with it, and move forward. And, damn it, I hit the frickin' mic again. I think one way that we can definitely move forward, gotta get a drink here, is by just kind of slowing it down. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. Now, some people have complained, gotta scoot my chair here, some people have complained that, well, by doing this, you're dodging reality. Because if you make something and it sucks, someone's got to tell you. But the thing is, who the fuck said it had to be you, asshole? Because here's 3 questions you need to ask. Craig Ferguson brought up this point, and I think it's very, very interesting. He said, you have to ask yourself these 3 questions before you put anything on the internet. Does this need to be said? Does this need to be said by me? And does this need to be said by me right now? Now, some ignorant jackasses just automatically answer, of course, yes to all the questions and go straight into it. But a thoughtful, intelligent person will take a step back and say, hey, you know what, you're right. Who am I to criticize this person? I don't know how hard it is to make a movie. I've never made a movie. I've never made a full-length feature film with millions of dollars on the fucking line. I have no idea what it's like to do that. No idea. But I'm going to go and just critique the shit out of them. And just because I've seen a shit ton of films. So the fuck what? It's like John Lovitz made this point in the documentary film Heckler. He said, I have seen every Laker game for the past 30 years. Now, does that qualify me to teach the team? No. Exactly. It doesn't. And I think you just need to kind of take a step back and not be an asshole and realize that it's like, dude, you're just some guy. And that's it. And I don't think that you telling someone they suck is going to help anything. Because that's the thing. Most of these critiques are not thoughtful criticisms. They're just someone saying you suck. Yeah, well, thanks, asshole. Because I got news for you. Anything that you see wrong with that film, I guarantee you the filmmaker's already seen it. I guarantee you other people have already seen it and have already said something and have already told them. So you don't need to actually butt in and say shit because they most likely already know. Plus, when people tend to critique things a lot, because we have so much, so much availability of critiquing now, it gives it power and makes it famous. And I'm going to give you an example. The Room. Okay? Now, if you know what The Room is, see how that's part of the problem? And for those of you that don't know, you can Google it. You can pause and Google it and come back. I'll just tell you real quick. The Room is an independent film that was made, and it's literally considered one of the worst films ever made because low production, the script was bad or not very good. Some of the acting, just the whole thing, is kind of a mess, and it's really unbelievable that the film was actually got all the way through production, got put together, and got put out. Because a lot of films get stuck in what's known as production hell. There's supposedly a rumor. I heard a statistic that 7 out of 10 films purchased by a studio and put into production will not make it. They will get lost in what's known as production hell. And I know this because I was in one of those movies. I have literally been involved in 3 feature films, all of which got lost in production hell at some point. Funding fell through, lawsuits, actors quit, and that's just not to mention the dozens of short films that I've worked in that didn't make it either. So like I said, I understand how hard it is, and so I get it. So me, it's a little hard to come out and really critique movies, particularly because I've been there, man. I know what it's like. This stuff is tough. No one wants to make a crappy movie. Everyone goes in thinking they're going to make the next Oscar $1 million amazing film, and some producer puts in his opinion, actor wants this and that, another actor dropped out, had to replace him with a lesser actor who sucks and is demanding crazier shit, weather that comes through, sound that doesn't work out, equipment that fails. I mean, there's thousands of things that can happen. I mean, Murphy's Law, when they talk about Murphy's Law, they are not freaking shitting you. Murphy's Law exists. So just take that just in mind, please. All right? But now, so The Room, with it being so bad that it became popular, I think to me is almost just kind of part of that whole problem there. I think that what I've seen now is I've seen people turning things around, and I hear this a lot from people I know on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook personally, but I have friends that are, and they tell me that most of the time it's like if they see something that pisses them off, they'll just keep scrolling. Now, some will stop and say some shit and start a whole big fight and fucking debate, and has been misinformed. Someone on the argument is always misinformed and is going basically on pure ignorance. And it just keeps going. It doesn't stop. And then eventually the person like unfriends and all this craziness happens. But some of my friends have said that what they do now is they just keep scrolling. They don't focus on the angry topics or something that causes them to be an asshole. They're just going to keep on going because everyone's got a different opinion. Everyone's got a different belief. Everyone's got a different purpose. Everyone's got different shit. We're all fucking different. So we have to learn to accept that. As long as you're not causing physical harm, just let it go. Because when I made my movies and I put them out there, the ones that I could get out, I've gotten criticized. It's when I went out and made mine, people would say stuff, and because I'd put them on YouTube or something, and people would just tear them apart. Anything and everything, man. I remember one time this guy made a picture of a person out of like backward slashes and forward slashes, and it was a picture of a guy flipping me off. Gotta admit, very, very creative. You gotta give him that. But I was just like, dude, what the fuck? So yeah, I understand. I've been on that side of it. I've been on both sides basically, and so I personally think that don't focus on it. Why waste the time? Why waste the energy? And I'm going to give you a perfect example of why you shouldn't, okay? I was on Twitter. That's right. Marcus Gregory, Mr. Trying to get away from technology most of the time. I got on Twitter. And I was on Twitter for a total of 2 hours. Literally, 2 hours. Because what happened was, I posted up a joke, a criticism, I guess you would say. I posted a criticism about William Shatner. And immediately some guy hit my ass back. and started yelling at me. Some Kirk Cockgobbler. Honestly, I think it was probably old Bill himself, just under a different name, most likely. So I started arguing with this guy about William Shatner. And I'm like, what fucking wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm literally a grown man in my 30s arguing with some fuckhead who's God knows where, doing God knows what, about William Shatner. Because, I mean, I was getting pissed off at the shit. I mean, me and this guy were literally swapping words. Literally to the point that I wanted to find him and fuck his face up. But I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I putting myself in this? Why am I going through this? Why am I bringing myself this anger and hatred? What purpose? What does this bring me? What does this do for me? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. It's taking my time. It's causing me stress I don't fucking need. For what? William Shatner? Fuck William Shatner. That guy's an asshole. I've met Bill Shatner. He's a fucking dick. Gotta go fuck himself. See? A criticism. Hypocrite. So, I just gotta get away from those things. I don't think about William Shatner, which really sucks, because I love Spock. I love Leonard Nimoy. I love the whole cast. It's really sucked. Leonard Nimoy dies, DeForest dies, fucking Scotty dies, but fucking Shatner's still alive. That's proof. That's proof right there the devil exists. Right there. Right fucking there. Fucking Bill. Asshole. See, that's the thing. I shouldn't. See right there, it's like, why? Why? What does it matter? What does he matter? At all. To me. At all. I don't live with the motherfucker. It's not like he comes to my house every day and tries to sell me, shitty candy. Although, he did try to sell me a vacuum cleaner once. I will, one day, I don't know which episode, but I will talk about the Kirby vacuum cleaner William Shatner story, okay? I will go into it. I got trapped into a Kirby vacuum cleaner open, I don't know, job placement fair. It was just a group of people. Honestly, it felt like a cult. I'll get into it next week, but the way they tried to sell us on the company was that their little promo intro video was emceed by William fucking Shatner. William Shatner telling us all how great it is to sell vacuum cleaners door to door. What a fucking tool. But see, once again, it's like, why even get in there? Why go there? We shouldn't. And you shouldn't. And I don't think you should. So the next time that you see your friend posting something that you don't like, keep scrolling, dude. Just go to something else. Find something else. Go to, what's that one? Pornhub. Yeah, go to pornhub.com and just masturbate your troubles away. They got something for everyone. So, just get out and get rid of it and put yourself in a better position, and feeling better, doing better. Draw something, paint something, sing something, shit. I mean, there are so many options now, so many things available for people now to give them creative outlets, that it's like, don't waste your time bitching about somebody's movie or some shit. Go make your own fucking movie. Shit, if you got a phone, that means you have a camera, so go make a fucking movie with that shit. Go make something better. And if you can't, then shut the fuck up and let those who enjoy it, and those who don't, go fucking find something else. God. I mean, can you imagine if you were sitting in a movie theater and some guy behind you is bitching the whole time, giving criticism through the whole fucking movie? Wouldn't you just want to shoot that guy in the face? Wouldn't you just want to punch him? Tase him? Yeah, that's what we do. Tase the fuckers. That's what we should do now. Find someone, tase him. Or just let it go. Oh, God. I got a little girl, so I've seen the movie Frozen about 3,000 times. Ugh. And my kid wants a Frozen car for Christmas. All right. Anyway, no more about me. The thing I'm trying to tell you, people of the world, I think there's about 5 of you right now at this point, if there's something out there that pisses you off, don't criticize it. Don't blog about it. Don't tweet or don't do any of that shit. Just find something you do like. Find something you do love. Find something that makes you feel great and go there. Go there, and trust me, you'll put yourself in a better spot, and you'll make something better. Whether it be a piece of art or just a better memory. Because I don't know about you, but I've had a fucking shitty week. Just a real shitty couple weeks, man. And I'd give anything to just feel happy for a while. Because I've had one of those, gun in the mouth kind of weeks. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there. We've all fucking been at the bottom, man. With a brain, when you're in the dark and you can't see the fucking light. We've all been there, man. So I've been there this past couple weeks, and I'm pulling myself out by trying to put myself in a better mindset. Because I can sit here and spend all my time thinking about all the assholes who wouldn't give me a job, or all the fucks who pushed me out when they found out I was epileptic, or any of that shit, or my kid being gone, I can think about all that all the fucking time. The real question is what do I want to think about? Because it sure as fuck ain't that. I don't want to think about having a shitty future. I want to think about having a good future. I don't want to think about having a shitty life. I want to think about having a good life. Because at the end of the day, I do. We all do. If you're alive and you can hear this and you can see and you can walk and talk, you got it pretty fucking good. Even if you're living out of a goddamn cardboard box, you got it pretty fucking good. I mean, shit, man. When that whole fiasco was happening with my daughter missing, this whole neighborhood came together, man. Now, I chit-chat with my neighbor here and there every now and again, hi, how you doing, But what I saw from this neighborhood, I am so fucking grateful to live here. I am absolutely so fucking grateful to live here, man. My neighbors came out of the woodworks, kids were searching, people on their bikes, passing pictures around. I mean, wow. Just wow. The response was amazing. And if any of my neighbors out there hear this, thank you. Thank you so much for everything. I really, really do appreciate it. I couldn't thank enough because, like I said, it was just a real fucked up place to be. So I'm just going to try and focus on something better and creating something better, like this podcast and my cartoons. And so, that website doesn't want me. Well, fuck them. I'll find some other place that does. And you know what? I'll probably even make more money. So, fuck them. I'm going to have a drink, have a smoke, get up tomorrow and be fucking awesome. Because at the end of the day, you have the capability to. We make our own heavens. And we make our own hells. So which one are you going to live in? I end you tonight with Aaron Hyman's Steer Together, written by myself. I'm going to be playing this song a lot, mostly for two reasons. One, I love the message, because I wrote it. And two, it's the only song I really fully own rights to. Everyone else, they just say okay. I get the granted permission, but if there's any kind of money thing involved, well, that's going to go. So, thanks very much for listening in. Please tune in next week, where I'll be talking about Star Wars and its impact on the United States culture. Take care, don't criticize, and go be fucking awesome. Because you can be. Later.
Things are getting strange here. Zombies are drinking beer. People are living in fear. Can't seem to see too clear. And this boat would go a little more with the flow if we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. text man is asking for more, but people are still feeling poor. Gotta live in a tent, 'cause we can't pay the rent. Oh, what are we fighting for? Oh, what are we fighting for? Oh, what are we fighting for? And this boat would go a little more with the flow if we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. It's more a matter of the heart. Shouldn't look at what tears us apart. Don't wanna be left in the dark. We all just want a fair start. We all just want a fair start. All we want is a fair start. And this boat would go a little more with the flow if we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. We will rise and we will fall, but in the end, through it all, together, we can't stand tall. And this boat would go a little more with the flow if we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. Don't make sense. That's no reason to give in. We gotta stay strong if we're gonna get along. Oh, you know we're all better than this. Oh, you know we're all better than this. You know damn well you're better than this. And this boat would go a little more with the flow if we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. And this boat would go a little more with the flow if we all just steer together. If we all just steer together. Or if we all just steer together.